Argentina. The name itself evokes a sense of romance, a land of tango, gauchos, and vast pampas. It's a country where the rhythm of the dance and the spirit of the cowboy are deeply ingrained in the national identity. A century ago, it was an economic powerhouse, a magnet for European immigrants seeking a better life. These immigrants brought with them dreams of prosperity and a determination to build a new future in a land of opportunity. Its per capita income rivaled that of many European nations, fueled by a booming agricultural sector and a burgeoning industrial base. The fertile pampas produced vast quantities of wheat and corn, while the cattle ranches supplied the world with premium beef. Argentina was the world's leading exporter of beef and grain, feeding a hungry planet. Ships laden with Argentine produce set sail for Europe and beyond, cementing the nation's status as a global breadbasket. Its people enjoyed a standard of living that was the envy of Latin America. Buenos Aires, often called the Paris of South America, was a bustling metropolis with grand boulevards, elegant cafes, and a vibrant cultural scene. At one point, Argentina was one of the richest countries in the world, even richer than Denmark, France, and Germany. Today, the picture is starkly different. The once thriving economy has been marred by decades of mismanagement, corruption, and political instability. Argentina is grappling with persistent economic turmoil. The country has faced numerous financial crises, each leaving deeper scars on its economic landscape. Inflation is rampant, eroding the purchasing power of ordinary citizens. Prices for basic goods and services have skyrocketed, making everyday life a struggle for many. The peso has been devalued repeatedly, wiping out savings and fueling uncertainty. Each devaluation brings a new wave of economic hardship as people watch their life savings diminish overnight. Unemployment remains stubbornly high, particularly among the young. Many young Argentines, despite their education and skills, find themselves without job prospects, leading to a sense of disillusionment and frustration. The gap between rich and poor has widened, creating social tensions. The wealthy live in gated communities, while the poor struggle in overcrowded slums, highlighting the stark economic divide. Yet, amidst these challenges, glimmers of hope persist. The resilience of the Argentine people is evident in their determination to overcome adversity and build a better future. Argentina is blessed with an abundance of natural resources, from fertile farmland to vast reserves of lithium, a crucial component in electric vehicle batteries. These resources hold the potential to drive economic recovery and growth. It boasts a young, dynamic, and educated workforce eager to contribute to the nation's revival. This new generation is tech-savvy, innovative, and ready to embrace the challenges of the 21st century. And now, with the election of Javier Milei, a radical libertarian economist, as president, Argentina finds itself at a crossroads, poised on the brink of either a dramatic economic resurgence or a deepening of its long-standing woes. Milei's promises of sweeping economic reforms have sparked both hope and controversy. The world is watching with bated breath. International investors, economists, and political analysts are all keenly observing how Milei's policies will unfold and impact the global economic landscape. Can Milei's unorthodox policies break the cycle of boom and bust that has plagued Argentina for decades? Or will his radical approach push the nation further into the abyss? Critics argue that his policies could lead to increased inequality and social unrest, while supporters believe they are necessary for long-term stability. The answers to these questions will have profound implications not only for Argentina's 10 million inhabitants, but also for the future of Latin America and the global economy. The stakes are high, and the outcome of Argentina's economic journey will be closely watched by the world. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can stay in the loop when we post new content. Also, hit the like button if you enjoy watching our videos. Now let's continue with today's episode. To understand the depths of Argentina's current predicament and the scale of the challenge facing Milei, it's essential to rewind the clock a century. In the early 1900s, Argentina was a shining star on the world stage, its economy growing at a blistering pace. From 1900 to 1929, Argentina's GDP expanded by a staggering 600%, fueled by a confluence of factors. Vast swaths of fertile land, ideal for cattle ranching and wheat cultivation, coupled with a wave of European immigration, transformed Argentina into an agricultural powerhouse. The discovery of new refrigeration techniques revolutionized the meatpacking industry, allowing Argentina to ship its beef to distant markets. At the same time, the expansion of the global railway network facilitated the transportation of agricultural produce from the interior to port cities like Buenos Aires, further boosting exports. This period of unprecedented prosperity, known as the Belle Epoque, saw a surge in living standards. In fact, this was the period when Argentina's per capita income soared, surpassing that of France and Germany. Public works projects financed by export earnings transformed Buenos Aires into a cosmopolitan metropolis, dubbed the Paris of South America. Education flourished, with literacy rates reaching levels comparable to those in North America. European immigrants, drawn by the promise of opportunity, brought with them new skills, capital, and a vibrant cultural life. It seemed as if the future knew no bounds. But what went wrong? However, beneath the veneer of prosperity, cracks were beginning to appear in Argentina's economic foundations. The seeds of future turmoil were sown during this period of rapid growth as short-sighted policies began to distort market forces. The government, influenced by powerful interest groups, implemented protectionist measures to shield domestic industries from foreign competition. Tariffs were erected, import quotas were imposed, and the government intervened heavily in the economy, picking winners and losers. These policies, while initially intended to foster industrial development, created inefficiencies and stifled innovation. Domestic industries, shielded from competition, became complacent and uncompetitive on the global stage. Moreover, the government's growing role in the economy fostered a culture of cronyism and corruption. Politically connected individuals and businesses benefited from preferential treatment, while those lacking influence struggled to compete. This created an uneven playing field, discouraging investment and entrepreneurship. The rise of populist leaders, promising economic equality and national grandeur, further exacerbated these distortions. These leaders, often charismatic and skilled orators, appealed to the anxieties of the working class, blaming foreign powers and economic elites for the nation's problems. They implemented policies designed to redistribute wealth, such as nationalizing key industries and expanding social programs. While these measures garnered popular support in the short term, they proved unsustainable in the long run, undermining fiscal discipline and sowing the seeds of future economic instability. The year 1946 marked a turning point in Argentina's history, with the election of Juan Domingo Perón as president. Perón, a charismatic military officer, rose to power on a wave of populist sentiment, promising social justice and economic independence. His policies, known as Peronism, profoundly shaped Argentina's trajectory, for better or, as history would show, for worse. Perón's economic policies were characterized by a potent mix of nationalism, social welfare programs, and state interventionism. He nationalized key industries such as railroads and utilities, bringing them under government control. He implemented generous social programs, including pensions, healthcare benefits, and wage increases for industrial workers. These measures, while popular among his working-class base, placed a tremendous strain on government finances. To fund his ambitious agenda, Perón resorted to printing money, igniting a cycle of inflation that would plague Argentina for decades to come. As the money supply increased, its value declined, leading to a relentless rise in prices. Inflation soared, eroding the purchasing power of Argentines and undermining the competitiveness of its exports. Moreover, Perón's policies discouraged foreign investment and led to capital flight. Investors, wary of government intervention and economic instability, sought safer havens for their capital. To finance its growing budget deficits, the government turned to foreign lenders, accumulating a mountain of external debt. The stage was set for a vicious cycle of inflation, debt, and economic stagnation. Argentina is undergoing significant economic reforms under the leadership of Javier Milei. Recently passed by the Senate, these reforms aim to revitalize the economy. Key measures include the privatization of several state-owned firms to increase efficiency and reduce government expenditure. To attract foreign investments, the government is creating new incentives, making Argentina a more appealing destination for global investors. Moreover, there's a focus on increasing tax revenue. The previous government eliminated income tax, but the reintroduction of high-income tax aims to address this gap. Additionally, efforts are being made to bring down the soaring inflation rates rapidly, a key promise of Milei's campaign. As per official data, Argentina's monthly inflation rate in May was the lowest since 2022, cooling for the fifth straight month to 4.2%, amid a tough austerity drive by President Javier Milei. These actions are essential steps towards stabilizing and growing Argentina's economy, showing Milei's commitment to the policies that won him the election. While some Argentinians support these reforms, others have begun protesting against them. What are your thoughts about Argentina's strategic shift? Do you think Argentina will finally come out of the curse and start reaching economic success as one of the world's richest? If you've enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to like it. Until next time, take care.